going through this scripture. I'm sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are A&A Inspiration, and today we are doing Speaking Spiritual episode number 12. So let's just hop into the video. But before we hop into the video, actually, I just thought about this. We're gonna just explain to those who are new to our channel and to those who just maybe don't watch our Speaking Spiritual what this really is for us.
So we've been doing Speaking Spiritual for a while now.
Yes, we have.
Obviously, because this is our 12th episode. And Speaking Spiritual, for us, it's a time to help us grow. And thanks to our Daily Bread booklets that we've told some of you guys about. But the ones that are new to our channel, we use these Daily Bread booklets. And there's also an app as well that you can use to kind of help us as a guide for our spiritual life, to help us grow and to help us more with understanding of scripture.
But not just help us, help you guys too.
Exactly.
Most importantly, help you guys to learn just where we are spiritually, but also where you can be spiritually and how you can grow spiritually. We give tips and advice on how to grow and what to do spiritually when it comes to a certain topic, if you get what I'm saying. And you'll get what we're saying as we go along throughout the video, and even in our past videos, you can watch that too.
And these videos are not only for Christians or people who believe in God,
right,
but also to new people who want to know God or want to grow in their spiritual life but don't know how to.
Exactly. So let's get into episode number 12. So today's topic is out of breath. And this topic, I feel like, really hits home for a lot of people, just because it's some deep stuff and it's some real stuff that we have to dig into today, and you guys are going to dig in with us to hear what we have to say about this topic. So where are we coming from today, Najee?
We're coming from Deuteronomy chapter 5 verses 13 through 14. It says, 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you, nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your ox, your donkey, or any of your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns, so that your male and female servants may rest.
So the definition Sabbath, as it says in the scripture, it means a day of religious observance and abstinence from work. But it also means in Hebrew to rest from labor. So yeah, me and Anaja both came up with, we both found our own definitions and meaning from it. So what did you find?
I found that the Sabbath meant to set apart as holy or a restful day. Basically, in relation to God, he rested on the Sabbath day after he created everything. So I guess that applies to us too as humans.
It does. So the first point that we have going into the Speaking Spiritual about being out of breath, we have to make time to rest.
Yes.
And from that, it speaks in a lot of ways to me. I found that the importance of the Sabbath from the verse and resting is so that we can be filled again and prepared for the coming week. I feel like if we don't rest on Sunday or just rest on the weekends, then we can't be prepared and ready for the next week,
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I feel like you do have to make time to rest, and when making time to rest, actually taking that time out, you have time to regroup yourself, to regroup your thoughts. You'll be able to keep working and pushing towards the things that you want to accomplish, whether that's the next week or during that week. You'll have that time to think about those things.
So regroup, refocus your energy, refocus yourself and your body just to relax and just chill out.
And that can be both physically and spiritually.
I was going to say that can be, I was going to say that, but I was going to say something else too. But anyway, that can be both taken in a spiritual way or in a physical way, because physically we need to relax our bodies to be prepared for a new day or just be prepared for anything. And then spiritually, it's just important that we spend time and take time with God.
Okay, so my point 2 is going to be towards a spiritual aspect, and Asia is going to be towards a physical aspect. So the point that we have is overworking can become overwhelming. And I say this because mentally, when you overwork your mind, when you overwork yourself, it can become damaging mentally to you. And that's why it's so critical spiritually to pray or to meditate to God in those moments, when you feel frustrated, when you just feel like overwhelmed, mentally. So, what you say?
I mean it in a physical sense, because sometimes we don't realize that we're pushing ourselves too much, and that can have a wear and tear, quote unquote wear and tear, like they say with clothes and with
on your
cars
body
and stuff.
That's true though.
It can have a wear and tear on your body and just on yourself in the long run. You can drain yourself to where you just don't feel like doing something next day, or you can just be overwhelmed, so it's just like where you're just not gonna do stuff at all. So you just have to take that time to really slow down and don't be out of breath. Don't follow the topic, don't be out of breath and overworking so much, and take some time to be with God, but also take some time to be with yourself and have some reflection time.
Right.
So we think that's important. So don't overwork yourself, and slow down in the things that you do, and take that time, because it's important in your daily life, and it's important for those around you, and just for you to be prepared again for things in the future, and for work or the next day, or whatever the case may be. So,
and in all those moments, I just want to wrap up our second point. In all those moments, it is more than critical. It's mandatory for you to just take the time to pray, or just to stop and think for a minute and then go back to whatever you're doing. So your mind won't be so on overload and crowded with all these, whether that's negative thoughts, positive thoughts, whatever. You don't want to feel overwhelmed and overwork yourself, because it overworks your brain mentally, and physically it's overworking your body, like Asia said.
And some people might think, how do you resist that urge to not overwork?
Right.
And personally, we can say for ourselves, personally, for me to not overwork myself, I just have to take small breaks.
Yeah.
Like, I really just have to be like, okay, I'm going to take a break to eat. Or I'm going to take a break to just chill, watch some TV, or whatever the case may be. Or just sit here,
Or just to regroup my thoughts, yeah.
So taking a break from me works. Another thing that works for me is just like praying, like, Lord, I'm frustrated. I don't know if it's because I'm overworking myself, or just because I got a lot going on that I haven't got to yet, but I need to get to. So taking breaks, praying for me, those are probably the two main things that help me to resist the urge of being when I'm overworked. So what do you do, Naja?
Mine is just playing worship music and just being in my room. And just being in my room, and getting away from everything and everybody is a big thing for me. Like, just isolating. Literally, I have to isolate myself and just be like, you know what, I'm going to take the time to just, be with God, try to get in God's presence, try to, feel Him, and just relax and calm down and not stress about things. Because I'm an overthinker and I'm an overworker.
We are overthinkers.
Mentally, I need that spiritual time with God. I need it just to be me and Him type of thing.
Yeah.
So that is something that I do.
A lot of times, a part of people's personalities is overworking, or is to be perfection. Be close to perfection.
Perfectionist.
So it's okay. You can take a break. You deserve a break sometimes. Going into that, our next point is we can become busy and consumed with other things that we do not make time for God.
It's
so
true.
This point is really getting into our intimacy and how we make time for God, but also why we should be making time for God. So one thing that I want to mention is we should not make time for God just on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's a time for God, but we should make other times for God too, not just the one specific time or every Bible study or every Sunday morning. We should also make time for Him on a daily basis, whether that's 10 minutes, and you're just 10 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day. It's small, but it's helping you.
It's a start.
It's a start, baby steps. So 10 minutes every day, and then maybe it goes from 30 minutes every day. Then you set it to an hour consistently, hour every day. Hour, or make a goal. It's going to help you. So that's what it looks like to spend some time with God in our eyes. What else do you have?
I agree. I just feel like spending time with God is very intimate. I feel like when you spend time with Him, strength comes, peace comes, everything that you need, you get. So I just feel like giving yourself to Him allows you to have peace. Like anything that you're going through, any situation, any problem, if you just give it all to Him and have that time with Him, make that time for Him, you'll see a difference in your attitude, in your day, whatever that thing is that you're struggling with.
And it takes time to be in God's presence. It takes practice, because sometimes people can get we sometimes even can get so distracted with what's going on
Yeah.
that we can't sit and focus and really center ourselves on Him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to practice. That's why you have to spend your quiet time, or have a spiritual discipline,
Yeah.
to where you can just focus in your energy just on Him.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else around you. Turn your phone off and
Yeah.
just really focus yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about anything. Calm your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just really focus yourself and your center on God. Like, God, what can I hear from you if I'm just quiet?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes practice. So we're not saying this thing's gonna come overnight,
Right.
because it's not.
And God, He asks us to rest. Like in Deuteronomy, if God Himself can rest, we can rest too. We can make the time for Him, to be with Him, you know, to be intimate with Him.
We resting together.
And yeah, just have our rest with Him. Like, hey God, I'm gonna rest with you for a minute.
We're gonna chill.
You know,
What do you want to do?
For a minute, I'm just gonna get away from everything. I'm about to get away from every distraction. I'm gonna turn my phone off. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to be with you in this time, because I'm feeling overwhelmed, or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
You have to make time for Him and make time to rest with Him, because He wants us to be intimate with Him, but He also wants us to take the time to just breathe and rest. You
And
know,
He wants us to want to be with Him, not because, oh Lord, it's Sunday, let me go. No, you know, I mean, He likes that. Yes,
Yeah.
you're coming and you're being in my presence on Sunday, but at the same time, do you have a desire?
Yeah.
To be
Do you
with
really
me?
want
So
it?
that's important too. So, guys, remember, out of the speaking spiritual, if you don't take nothing else from it, it's important to rest, and it's important to not overwork yourself.
Yes.
In both a physical way and in both a spiritual way.
Do not be out of breath trying to do things that you have no business doing, or trying to do things that you don't need to do in that moment. If you need to take, talk to yourself, like we talk about self-talk. If you need to take some time to be like, you know what, I need a break, I need a rest, I need my intimate time with God, I haven't had it, just to get you through the day, take that time.
Because it's important. So, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't. But also, it's really important, we feel, to give us feedback about this
In the comments below.
but also give us something that inspires you, or something that really stuck with you through this episode. So don't be shy. We will reply. So
We always reply in the comments.
We always reply.